This is 14-year-old Alfie and his sister, 12-year-old Elizabeth.
Alfie and Elizabeth, they really look out for each other. They always have. They are very, very close.
But in July 2018, the family's world was turned upside down.
Alf started to have some pain in his left heel.
Well, originally I thought it was a sprain, because obviously it wasn't very bad at first. But after about 2 weeks, I thought it was broken.
So I took him for an X-ray. And it came back with his bone, like, really glowing. And they explained that it was a sign of infection. And the infection turned out to be an aggressive osteosarcoma. It's a very dangerous cancer that he had.
I thought I was gonna die. That's honestly what I thought.
Whenever I went to visit Alfie and when I had to leave, I would always ask if I could stay the night, because I didn't really want to go. I wanted to stay with Alfie.
Diagnosis of a serious illness in your child takes your breath away. Alf's chemotherapy treatment, it ripped his body apart.
It was hard because it's never really nice to see someone who you're that close to like that.
The chemotherapy worked, but it wasn't as successful as they'd hoped, and the family were hit with another bombshell.
Really, what I can remember is being told by a doctor the risk of it coming back again is going to be so high. And if we amputate your leg, all of that would be gone and the risk of your cancer coming back would be considerably lower.
This cancer will almost certainly eat him up, or we can remove the leg.
When I woke up, I was covered up with a sheet, and for about 2 days, I didn't lift that sheet. I didn't want to, I was trying to deny it almost.
He didn't want to believe that he didn't have a leg.
Then chemotherapy carried on.
At the time, you really, really do not think it's worth it because it's just so draining.
He's strong and he never gives up.
In March 2020, after 18 months of hospital wards, Alfie was allowed home to start the long rehabilitation process. But then COVID and lockdown hit, meaning many more months of isolation. Support services stopped and rehabilitation was put on hold. Alfie was left stranded, but this lad is something else. Oh my word, this is impressive stuff. How are we doing? Are you all right? This is a beautiful place.
Yeah, I think if we go this way, that's the best, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's
okay,
go.
yeah.
After months in a wheelchair, Alfie taught himself to cycle, swim, and walk again, using a prosthetic leg.
Knowing that I haven't been in a wheelchair for almost a year now is a big deal.
And how do you kind of compare the feeling of walking now to what it used to feel like before your diagnosis?
You forget what it feels like to walk completely normally and feel both your feet on the ground. You know, it feels quite weird, but like everything, you adapt.
In honour of everything that Alfie's re-taught himself, for the first time, we're going to be attempting a ramble triathlon in the hills of the Lake District. I mean, I don't know how this is going to go, but you grew up on the side of a lake.
Yeah, I'm quite excited about it more than anything. I want to see how it goes.
So it's time to get training. Alfie's recovery and his resilience are astounding. But during the last few years, he and the whole family have needed support just to get by.
Totally unbelievable.
Alongside them, every step of the way, has been Hope House Hospice. It's them Alfie wants to repay by taking on this ramble, especially the Children in Need funded sibling support that was there for Elizabeth.
I didn't know much about cancer. I thought it was just like something that happens. It was easy to fix, you know. I didn't know it was this serious. I was quite scared and I was wondering what was happening.
When did Hope House come onto the scene? Did you know what they were going to do? I mean, when they introduced themselves, did they tell you what was going to happen?
No, I didn't know exactly what Hope House was. I didn't know how much it actually did. They know what you're going through and they understand. I also got to meet people who were going through the same thing, and it made me feel like I'm not alone.
When Elizabeth came back from trips with Hope House, she came back smiling. They were vital to her self-esteem, to her confidence, to her resilience. They're people that care.
I think without them, it would be a lot more difficult. They're almost like a second family.